I was lost in a city dream.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to share with you guys how I met my Indian husband, the whole fairy tale story. Our story goes back to 2014 and we actually met online. I was living in Helsinki that time. I was doing my last year in university and I had returned the previous year from Ernakulam where I spent a year. So it was just another afternoon in the beginning of March. I was on my laptop and I got a notification that someone called Vivian had accepted my friend request. I couldn't recall who this person was and I couldn't remember how and when I sent a friend request for him. So I went to check his profile picture and I saw this really handsome guy with long hair and a guitar in the picture. So I wasn't really bothered at all how it had happened, and we also had a lot of common friends in Facebook since I had spent that year in Ernakulam, so I didn't mind at all. So we started talking online and calling in Skype and chatting in Facebook and WhatsApp and everywhere we could possibly talk and interact. And before I knew it, I was head over heels in love with him, and I never in my life would have ever thought that something like this could happen through Facebook. Like, you could fall in love and meet someone online just like that. And he sort of appeared out of nowhere in the middle of me just wanting to be by myself and not wanting to be with anyone at that moment, just wanted to focus on my life and work and studies and not really looking for any relationship. But he just like happened. Even though we had never met in person before, I was really surprised and really kind of freaked out how I loved the way he made me feel, and I felt like he was someone who I had known my whole life, and I felt so good and calm with him. It was like I didn't see a musician in him. I didn't see someone from India in him. I didn't see someone from another culture in him. I just saw my home. So for a long time we were talking in Skype, talking on the phone, messaging and sending each other pictures of our daily life and wherever we went. I really loved taking him everywhere where I was going. I was taking him with me when I went for a jog in the forest to my university. I was showing him around the city, whatever I was eating, and taking pictures of everything. I just wanted to show him everything about my life. We were often talking on the phone until late at night and until early morning, and there was this one night where he surprised me by playing his guitar and singing songs for me, and one of the songs was John Mayer's Daughters. And even now, after all this time, when I hear that song or hear any of those songs that he played for me, it just makes me feel so good and it brings me back to those memories when we were dating. We were both so drawn towards each other, and it really felt like the universe was kind of organizing our lives and organizing everything so that we could meet and share our lives together. And it was actually less than a half a year when we met and started talking to each other that we decided that we should get together and start living our lives together. So for me, it felt like a natural thing to do, to follow my heart and move to India. So after I got my graduation papers, I quit my job, I gave away my belongings, and I hopped on a plane to move to India. I still remember it like yesterday, that early morning. It was snowing when I took that taxi to the airport to fly to India to meet the man of my life, the love of my life, for the first time. If someone would have told me years before that I would meet someone online and just leave everything behind and follow my heart and move to India without even meeting the person first, just like packing my bags and just leaving and just going, I would have thought that would be so crazy. So it was actually the Trivandrum International Airport that we met for the first time, and it was the most incredible moment of my life. I was nervous, excited, sleep deprived, and the happiest girl on this planet, seeing him and meeting him there. So from the airport we went to Anniina's to have our first date, our first breakfast date. We had some masala dosha and some chai, and it was, you know, the perfect first date. From our first date, we drove directly to our new home, which Vivian had organized earlier with his father. All three of us started to live together from that day onwards in that house, and this is basically in a nutshell how me and Vivian met, how I met my husband. Many of you guys are asking me if it was scary or if I had any doubts to just, you know, pack my bags and leave the West and just move to India just like that. Not to mention to start a life and move in with someone who I had never met physically before. To me, following my heart towards Vivian was a natural thing. I just knew that he's the one. He's my heart and he's my home. I've lived in several different countries before I moved to India, so it was like suddenly moving to another place like that, it wasn't a big deal for me at all. So it has actually been 5 years now since we met for the first time. November 3rd is the day when we went to Anniina's and when we met at the airport, and every year we usually go to Anniina's to that same table. We go there and have lunch and dinner. We did that this year as well. We went to actually stay in a fancy luxury hotel here called Hyacinth Hotel, and then we had dinner at Anniina's. So in case you guys want to see that video, I'm gonna link it below. Hope that this video answered your questions, and I really enjoyed sharing our fairy tale story of how we met with you guys. And like this video if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss another video from us. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.
Was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me and you saw me